What's going on, guys? It's Daniel with Big Red Games here, and today I'm sitting down with Brandon. We're finally going over the green OTK deck profile that he went 5-0 with at our locals.
Green best deck, bud.
All right, so let's hop right into it.
Yeah, boy. All right, babies, because they exist. 4 Mino and 1 Tanny.
Why are you only playing 1 of this and 4 of this?
Because this, you don't need to Evo to activate the 1K. So when you need to do removal plays, you just remove. You get the +1. Yeah, that's basically it. And the reason for Tanny, because I've seen like Argo played. I just want all power all the time. In case I need to remove something, I can beat over. So that's the main reason is for these is just to beat over things. The rest of the deck kind of handles itself.
Okay.
For the most part. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and start with 2 Tamers, 2 Mimi. I've played 3 before. I don't know. I go on and off between 2 and 3. I think 2 is fine. Because I don't really want to brick on them. 1 is enough. If a second hits the board, it hits the board. That's cool. Most of the time, 1's fine. She's really good to use your eggs as a hyper draw engine. Because you can just keep hatching the eggs and keep having draw power. And then she's also like an aggro engine because she can kick your things up faster too. So if you can just like make a game state where you need 2 swings per game or something, you can just pop something in the back, hatch it, and then use her, bring it up, and that's probably game. So she's really good.
Sweet, sweet.
Pretty broken tamer.
You don't play any of the new tamer Yoshi?
No, not in this build. Yoshi is really good if it was like a mega grindy control version, but not in this build.
Okay.
2 needle spray. I've been really on and off between this and flower cannon, but I like this more right now because the format is like wide, but it's not too wide. And there's a lot of blockers, so this is really good because you can stun things down, add it to your hand, and then use it later. So you basically end up, if both of these were in your security in a game, you get 4 stuns off 2 cards. It's pretty good.
That's pretty close.
Also, when people try to set up for flower cannon or something, they swing with everything except the blockers, you can still exhaust the blocker down. So that kind of saves you a little bit. But I think most of the part is it just coming to your hand because it sets up for when you go to OTK, if you need to slam something down, you have that resource available. 2 is fine because you have other stun options in the deck, or other stun ways. So last option, hidden potential.
Why do you play that card, sir?
It's broken. Just like go free. Make any of your level 6s become free. If they choke you out, or if you want to counter choke them out, if you're on like 0, you can hidden potential your dude, go into chaos, and leave them on 1 after you've chaosed them. So it's pretty good. Just straight choke them out after beating them down.
All right, so you only play 3 options and 2 tamers. How come you're not playing more needle spray?
I think all of this in green is bricks. Mostly because green runs off bodies, and I would like to get a lot of bodies so I can go up chains faster and not brick on these things. There's games where I'll just hold these for like a really long time, or need a very specific turn to play the Mimi. But yeah, other than that, it's just I try to go more bodies, but I know these are mandatory.
Okay.
Moving into the Mons. Quad Pal. Pal is just absolutely ludicrous. The amount of things that she can combo with in here or just combo with in the future, like this card's just stupid.
What does it do?
On Digiburst, give something jamming. Just give anything jamming, not even what you burst it off of. So it's just value. It's just value. So good. And then it's a 3-drop 0 Evo, so pretty standard if you need to like hard cast it for something like absorption or something. 4 of the best vanilla. You don't play Argo because Omni exists, level 5 Argo exists. You don't want to get randomly clapped by that the one time that it would happen. It would suck. But 2-drop 0 Evo 3K. It's a good body. Also with the Minimon, all of these become 3Ks, all of these become 4Ks, so these can beat over or crash into a lot of stuff. So that's pretty good too. And then 2-drop, it's just there for absorption fodder or HPD fodder. Also, it's good aggro, and you can just set them on 1 or 2, which is awesome. I'm going to play 3 Tenemon. Tent is pretty good dude. So he's going to let you do something really cool where you can go wider and extend your board out to apply pressure, lethal, game, whatever you're trying to do. And he's also going to give you the draw 90% of the time as if you were evoing, so that's really good because you're not really losing anything and you get to make your board wider. So they need to commit to removing this or deal with it in some way, shape, or form. And then again, he's also just absorption fodder, which is great because he gives you a draw. And then rounding it out, play 2 Terrier and 2 Laala. Terrier is really good. Originally, I really love this card because it gets around Hammer Spark, but now you have yellow, purple, and blue all doing something that this can block. So they then need to put resources into getting rid of this so they can extend. This thing will win games sometimes. It's just really nutty. Super good. And then Laala is just on burst, add it back to your hand. So what you can do is you can combo it with like with Mimi, and you'll be able to like burst it, add it. If you had something already hatched, you didn't have the rookie, you can slam it down, draw, use her, shove it up, and now it can swing. So you just make a swing out of nowhere. Card's really good. Also adds to the draw power because you get to use it for the egg. So if you're digging, you don't need to go tall on your board unnecessarily. If you don't want to, you can just loop this and then play it back and draw.
Okay.
Really good. That's all for the level 3s. Level 4s, you can go 4 Kabuteri blocker. So 6-drop, 1 Evo, 5K. It's really good because it's a cheap Evo. You can go up your chain fast. The 6 kind of sucks, but playing Woodmon, slamming for 5 and slamming for 6 on this, like, you've probably bricked anyway, so it doesn't necessarily matter.
Okay.
But yeah, just the 4 blockers because you need them. Cheap Evo is what we're going for in here, so 4 veg, mostly because if you brick with it, it's cheaper to play. But it's a 1 Evo 6K, so it can beat over a lot of things. It can swing for 7 with one of the babies under it, which is really good. You're not scared of like generic blockers because most blockers are 5 or 6K, so you just kind of like you get into this point where normally if you're playing a different baby, you would trade. And someone would probably be happy to trade with you, but this is literally, you make them neg 1 or they take the security. Because you're at 7, they're at 6, they're gonna die.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of stupid. 3 of MVP Boy, Big Sting. Just getting a free memory when you beat over something and live. That's really good because you can just extend. Also this helps if you don't have the Mimi. They choke you out or you want to like hyper extend off of it. Like it sets up a lot of things and lets you choke them harder.
Did that come up a lot with the memory gain, or were you just bursting it off like normal?
No, I had times where I didn't have a Mimi. I'd be set to 2. I would just use it because it would pump to 6 with the baby. Just use it to beat over something, and then or whatever was on top of it. Use it to beat over something. So like the level 5s are gonna be like 8K, so you'll beat over their level 5 or something. Gain the memory, and then you can go into your level 6 and then OTK.
Gotcha.
So he just like, basically if you ever give green enough memory, you can do a lot. But if they try to choke you, you kind of like unchoke. So
Gotcha.
it's kind of stupid. Starting off level 5s, we got the big man himself, Argemon.
How come you only play one of that?
Smile. I wish I could play more. And then 4 Blossomon, so 5 absorption targets. I know a lot of people do like 3-1. I just think free evoing is really good. So I play 5, I max it out. You literally get free draw power off this to dig if you need it. And then also just going up the chain ASAP is super good. Also, Argo being able to spit out board, it's also really good because you can spit out Tenemon, reveal, and probably draw it. So that's another thing. So basically he can be like 2 evos within that chain.
Gotcha.
Or 2 draws. And then we're going to go into 2 Cherrymon. This card is dumb in this deck because it evolves for 2. It's also another blocker, so you get to play 6 blockers. 7k is not that bad. Evolving for 2, there's been so many games where my opponent would choke me on 2, and I can just go to 0 with this, draw, go into level 6. You're on 3 because you probably got Tamers. So card's absolutely crazy for climbing. And then you can also stall, rookie rush, counter, whatever. He just does whatever he wants to do. 2 of these, Lilamon, she's really good, but I don't want to play 4 because you do have to evo for 3, and sometimes that's not the best. That's why I like some of him too. On swing, you get to rest something if you have a tamer. That's really good. You also basically get a free suspend off of Digiburst too, so you can have like a Palmon, something else under here. You can burst 2 and still have your baby power to swing with 8 over after you suspend it. Or you can burst the baby and a pal, give something jamming, swing with her for 7 over something, and then have the Stingmon to gain +1. So
Okay.
she's just combo fodder. She gets blockers out of the way for your level 6s. She's really good. Moving into the level 6s, we've got 4 of the big OTK man himself, Bran, Argemon. What's really good about this is it's not on evolution, it's not on swing, and it's not once per turn. So you can literally divvy it out however you want to combo it for the turn. If you want to give something else the extra security, you can do that. If you want to give it to him, that's fine too. Again, you burst the Palmon, jamming, your stuff's not going to die. But what I've done before is like I'll swing, let's say I'll like pump him with the Palmon and something else and leave the baby under for whatever reason if I'm trying to beat over something at first, because maybe I'm not going to kill him this turn. So I'll just swing over with 12 over like a War Gray or whatever. And then after the swing, I'll burst the last 2 because I don't need the power anymore. Give him the second plus on the security, and then go into Chaos and swing for 3. That's just the way to control their board, knock 2 big things off the board, and still rip through most of your security.
Sweet.
Dude is absolutely ludicrous. When all else fails, or they're going really wild, triple Nidhogg. It's just a board clear. And what's really good too is it being a 13k body. Your security in this deck is really threatening, where you just have really fat security walls, and most of the time they're probably going to die. Even if they swing with like their level 6s, they're probably going to die off this or Chaos. And then so you're going to board wipe them, and he'll just be sitting there by himself, but he's a 13k swing that you can also Chaos over onto it. Again, it's just card's good, even vanilla on the board by itself.
Did he come up a lot in your games?
Yeah, I've used him as a beat stick in a lot of games. Like, I board clear. I had one game where I couldn't find Argemon, so I just went straight up into this, bursted like 1 dude off the board. It didn't really matter. I just wanted a level 6 on board, and then just went straight Chaos. Also, HPD makes it free, so it's just like really good.
I got you.
So 7 level 6s. Sometimes you draw brick hands, kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Triple Chaos, big man, big sword dad. This card is stupid because it has like the advanced mechanic built in, but it's like not as advanced. So what you do, he goes on green or black, and It has piercing. When you evolve, you unsuspend it, and you can attack one of your opponent's Digimon and pierce through it. So what's really cool too is this thing also allows you to attack unsuspended. So you can swing either. It doesn't really specify. So he just swings for whatever security was under it. So if you gave like Wag 3, swing for 3, go into this, that's all the security's gone.
That's broken.
Even if they recovered one, you're still breaking 6. If you want, you've already broken a security, you can burst, keep like a Stingmon under it and a baby and give it like 15k. And then kill something, you'll gain the extra memory back. It's just, this card's kind of stupid. Great board clearing, especially after Nidhogg. You can like Nidhogg the whole board, they still have something, use Chaos over it. It's just board wipes and breaking.
I got you. So, ratio-wise, would you change anything up, or do you think the list is pretty cut and dry, nothing to change?
Honestly, thinking about it, I don't think there was anything I wanted to change in this at all. Like everything felt pretty good. Brick hands are brick hands. You can't do anything about it. But I think literally every single thing in this deck.
So what were your matchups today?
Matchups were actually round 1 was blocker black. That was really weird to play against. It ends up being where like you need to go a little bit wider than them, and you can still use your suspend and beat down strategy to clear their board up, so you can have more swings than they can block. It just kind of comes down, you need to aggro and control them a lot harder, more so than going up your stack and trying to OTK, because they'll get too wide for you and you just won't get through. Game 2 was Millennium on Turbo. A lot of revenge stuff. For the most part against purple, you can kind of just tuck everything back with Nidhogg, because purple has lower power bases generally. And if you do need to trade against something, you just have all your smaller end stuff you can just beat into and trade. Worst case scenario.
Okay.
Game 3 was really cool. It was Sierra Mist Ragna.
What does Sierra Mist mean?
Let's see, we had blue, green, yellow zoo with a Ragna core. That was it could have gotten really out of hand, but because of the way zoo works, giving you a lot of memory, and the way green works, where if you get any memory, you just blow up. Turn 1, he dropped like one of the little, I think it was the black Ragna core dude, set me straight to 10. And turn 1, I went all the way up to a Grand Coagamon and dropped a Mimi. Pretty sure, yeah.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, it was just like full combo, like set up, already ready to go. So that's just kind of how Zoo is against green. You just generally, you can pump out whatever you want as long as you don't brick. And then the game after that, that was like a yellow recovery like slash control deck. That one was really cool. A lot of my stuff I had to keep rebuilding because I'd get to 6 and do whatever, or I'd get to like 5 and he would just slash it all. I couldn't leave the stuff in the back because I need the draw power from the eggs to keep ramping the board up, as well as replacing everything in my hand. So I just kept shoving stuff up front. It would get slashed, that's cool, because I can just replace it, and I also have Tent to pump my hand up too. It was kind of stupid because the slash would never die. He swung with like the slash, it was like 5 times in a row throughout the match where the slash never died. And then the 6th time he swung, the slash finally died. So it was kind of weird having the 8K just keep smacking me in the face, and I was just expecting it to die and it wouldn't. Other than that, I would just remove it or beat over the thing. But yeah, that deck was really cool. And the removal is really strong with just having slash combo with the level 5, and then you have the rookies, and yeah, it's kind of nasty.
Shout out to Joe for that deck, man.
Yeah, deck's nasty. And then the last one was Wargray. That one went pretty good. It was really weird matchup because like they take a lot of their security and you try to swing in for a lot too. I think typically it was like I would swing in, eat a lot of the security up, or like plow through the blockers for a turn to eat it up. And then he'd have either like a recovery, or he'd have just one left, and he'd be able to use the blinding ray to gain a bunch of stuff. Salamon, bring it back, ward ray, draw it. So like once you break them down that far, they can still generally do what they want to do. It's more so controlling the ward ray and controlling the board. But like other than that, if you can go wide enough and you have like any type of suspension, you can probably break the board and get through. So yeah.
I got you. That's pretty crazy. Remember guys, check out that video of the final game. It's actually pretty extensive. I know there's a lot of weird stuff going on about it, but we can just ignore that and just watch the gameplay. If you want to get into more of an understanding of how this deck actually works, and see, you know, what a full 3 set looks like, so you can get a brief understanding of how this man just completely went 5-0 and tore it up at locals. But thanks for hanging out with us, bro. Of course, this is Brandon with Big Red Games. And you know, we will catch him probably in the next video, but who knows, man. But we are getting out of here, guys, so catch you in the next one. Peace.